Family, what's up? It's Carlin Muccular. I am back with another lesson here today. I have a question for you. What if there was one exercise that could improve your hands, your feet, and your drum fills all at the same time? Well, I've got good news for you. I have that exercise for you today. I want you to go grab your sticks and follow along because you're about to get better on drums. All right, let's go. Okay, so the exercise today is going to help you improve your mechanics. Now, what are your mechanics? Your mechanics are your ability, and this is my personal opinion. This is my personal teaching style, so this is my personal definition, okay? So your mechanics are the ability to go forwards or backwards, fast or slow, all while demonstrating great technique and great independence and great coordination, okay? So there's going to be 3 parts to the exercise. The first part will involve the hands, and then we'll add the feet, and then we'll keep the hands and the feet, and we'll move those elements around the drum set forwards and backwards, okay? So let's get started. Okay, guys, so here's part 1, the custom rudiment that I made up. It is going to be counted as 16th note triplets. What is a 16th note triplet for those that don't know? 16th note triplets are when you have 6 notes inside of each quarter note. Okay, so my stick clicks are the quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to put 6 notes inside of that quarter note. It'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now let's put that on the snare drum, and I'm going to show you the rudiment. We're going to slow it down, make it nice and easy for you, and then we're going to build on top of that, okay? So before we really get into it, let me show you the sticking, and we're literally going to do this at 30 BPM, okay? But it's 16th note triplets, so it's not going to feel that slow, but it's actually 30 BPM, so follow along. Okay, so that's pretty much the sticking, but it sounds really bland right now because there's no accents. So let's put the accents on the downbeat, okay? And it'll sound better. Let's check it out. Okay, so that's the exercise. Slow. Let's speed it up to 50 BPM. Okay, so 3 things in part 1 that I want to focus on really fast. We want to make sure that our stick heights are the same. We want to make sure that our dynamics are consistent, meaning that no notes are louder than any other notes. And we want to make sure that we are controlling our rebounds. Every stick should bounce to the same height because that's going to help us with our ghost notes. It's going to make sure all 3 of the tips that I just gave is going to make sure that this exercise, this full lesson comes out as clean as possible, producing the cleanest drum fills, the cleanest chops, the cleanest rudiments, and we're just going to make sure we're building on top of a solid foundation, okay? So we want to make sure that not only is no note louder than the other, we want to make sure that no note is softer than the other. Now, we're not robots. It's not going to be perfect, okay? But I'm just giving you some things to look out for, some micro lessons within this macro lesson, okay? Some small things to look out for inside the big picture of this lesson, okay? Part 2, we're going to add our foot in with part 1. We're going to add our foot with the diddles, okay? So let me just play it, and you'll understand better. Okay, so if I sped that up, it would sound like this, guys. So that is part 2. Okay, guys, so what's happening here? With part 1 and part 2, we are actually building mechanics to be able to create better drum fills, better chops, more creative drum fills and chops. Because honestly, guys, that's all chops are. In fancy drum fills, that's all they are, is the ability to stick your foot in between a rudiment. And preferably, it's a rudiment that you created. It's not one of the 26 or 40 rudiments that exist in the book. No, it's your own thing. It's your ability to be able to put your foot in between rudiments, okay? Just like I came up with this exercise, you guys can come up with your own as well, and they'll turn into chops, okay? They'll turn into chops and ideas like this. Would you like to know the secrets to playing more blazing chops and more free-flowing, expressive drum fills? If that sounds like you, I think I have the perfect solution for you. I want to introduce you to my new masterclass. It's called the Chop System. So I'm Carlin Muccular. I've been playing drums since I was 15 years old, and over my career, I've been blessed to tour the world, record on a few Billboard #1 records with artists such as Israel Houghton and New Breed and more. I think I've gained over 100,000 followers between YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and a few more platforms. So I do feel like I am qualified to teach you guys a few things, okay? The Chop System Masterclass is a proven step-by-step system that is going to take you from basics to blazing, and it's for skill levels of all types, okay? From beginners to intermediate, and even for the advanced drummers that want to spice up their playing a little bit, okay? This course is full of some of my best kept secrets. This is stuff that I have not shared on YouTube or any of my other courses, okay? Now, hopefully you're inspired and ready to take your drumming to the next level. If you feel like that's you, if you feel like you're ready to go to the next level, then click the link or the button below and I'll meet you on the other side. Thanks for watching. So that is what we're doing now. We're building to the ability to be able to freestyle with creativity and flow. And I'm just giving you right now a launching pad that will help you build your own chops, okay? So let me give you part 3, where we can start to build some flow around the toms, still implementing part 1 and part 2 together. Remember, we're still watching our stick heights, we're watching our dynamics, and we're controlling our rebounds, okay? And everything is nice, cool, calm, and collected, okay? So there's like a part 2.5 I want to bring in here. I want to bring in our hi-hat, okay? The mark of a true professional drummer is his ability to use his left foot, okay? You could say it depends on what style of music you play, but I mean, especially jazz, funk, keeping those eighth notes on the hi-hat. The ability in trap and R&B and gospel to play chokes off of the hi-hat, it's your ability to be able to use your left foot, okay? So let's bring in our left foot. I'm going to give you an exercise to bring that into this whole picture, and then we're going to move everything around the toms, okay? So here we go. Okay? I know that one might have threw some of you guys for a full loop. Okay? But just take your time. That is not essential, but that is some extra credit, okay? It kind of is essential, but it's kind of not. I'll let you decide if you want to practice that part or not, okay? Um, but now let's move this around the times, okay? We're going to go into part three. We could call that part 2.5, all right? So here we go. Here's how we're going to move this around the toms to create better free flowing drum fills, okay? Here we go. Okay, guys, and for some extra credit, make sure you start off with your left hand there, because usually the left side is people's weak side. I like people to work on whatever their weakness is. Okay, so try to start that exercise with your left hand. And I know that might be very, very challenging, guys. This exercise may be very, very challenging for you, but this is how you get better. Okay, you have to challenge yourself. If you stop here, this is the best you'll ever be on drums, okay? But you have to blaze through these knots in your playing, right? It's like a knot in a shoestring. If you want to get better, you got to untie the knot, all right? So this is how we untie the knot. When I say knot, the knot is the thing when you try to move around the drum set and you get locked up like, oh, you freeze and you try to go for a chop and you're like, oh, it's because there's a knot in your playing right there, and you have to just slow down and piece by piece take that knot loose, okay? Take that knot loose, and I'm giving you an exercise to work on those points there to help you get your knots loose in your playing, okay? Okay, guys, so once you have these exercises down, let me show you kind of like the finishing product of how these exercises would actually incorporate themselves into real world chops, okay? So with that musical example, you can see where we're headed here, okay? All chops are, guys, is the ability to stick your foot in between rudiments. Rudiments that you come up with that become your own voice and your own sound. And people know you by your sound and your phrasing, okay? So if I would have showed you everything I just played in that musical example, if I would have showed you that at once, you'd probably be super overwhelmed. So I had to break it down today in three parts. Part one was the hands, part two was the foot, and part three was moving it around the toms, okay? So those are your three building blocks, your three chop blocks for today. I call them building blocks like Legos, you know, like the Lego toys that you can connect together and stack on top of each other. So these are the building blocks that I wanted to show you today to be able to develop your mechanics, okay, to be able to move forwards, backwards, fast, slow, developing your dynamics and your coordination, your independence, your feet, left foot, right foot. If you're interested in learning more concepts and chops, then you can visit my website, carlinmccullough.com. I just came out with a new course called the Chop System. It's really amazing. It's like 33 lessons in one masterclass, okay? So if you're interested in that, check out carlinmccullough.com. I also have my Impact monthly drum membership program as well, if you guys are interested in that. Also, guys, if you enjoyed the drumless track I was playing too, it's called Forward from a website called shedtracks.com. I really love that website because I think they make the best drumless tracks in existence. And I'm probably a little bit biased because I started the website with some friends, okay? So we just get together, we make drumless tracks for the drumming community, and we hope that you guys enjoy them, okay? You can download a ton of them for free if you just want to try them out or whatever. It's like 10 or 15 of them for free, okay? So smash that like button for me, guys, on your way out. It lets me know that you guys want more content like this. So I really appreciate you guys watching today, and I'll see you on the next one, all right? Peace.